start a series of videos talking about the pen tool. Now, we're going to be talking about the pen tool in Illustrator, but keep in mind, Photoshop also has a comparable pen tool where a lot of the techniques you might use here, you could transfer over to those other Adobe applications. So the pen tool is found in the toolbox. Just three down here, down along the side, that's the pen tool. If you click and hold, there are other tools within that tool, which we'll be talking about in upcoming videos, just later on. For now, we're going to be focusing on just the pen tool and just some basics about the pen tool. So in this video, we'll talk about how the pen tool can be used to create shapes or to create vector drawings within Illustrator. So you'll see once I have the pen tool and I move my mouse over the page, it's a pen with a little asterisk. Now this indicates to me that if I started drawing right now, it's going to be creating a new shape. Asterisk means new, okay? So a little star indicates new shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click once. And what that does is that sets an anchor point. Now I did not click and drag. That's actually going to be useful when we want to create curves, but we'll leave that for the next video. For now, I just want to talk about the basics of the pen tool. So when we click once, it creates an anchor point. If I go to where I want to, let's say, draw a line, and I click, it connects the two anchor points that I've created together with a line. At this point, you'll notice that there is still not a star next to my pen tool, and what that indicates to me is that if I keep clicking, if I click over here, it continues the shape. Click again, it continues. You get the idea. So it's actually going to continually draw until I tell it I'm done. So let's just say this was the shape I wanted to draw, and now I'd like to stop. I don't want to get rid of the shape. I simply want to stop drawing. Well, you can click on any other tool found in your toolbox over on the side. So I go to my selection tool. You can even click your pen tool again, or you can press the letter P on your keyboard, and that's going to do it as well. Now you'll notice when I press the letter P on my keyboard and I move my mouse back over the drawing page, there's the star again, indicating to me it's going to draw a new shape. Maybe I didn't want to draw a new shape though. Maybe I wanted to continue on this shape later on. So let's say, I've drawn a whole bunch of other stuff, I've come back, and now I want to continue drawing this shape. Well, you'll notice a different icon if you move your mouse over the end point of an open shape. So this is considered an open shape because it has a start and an end, okay? And if you move over one of those ends, you'll notice instead of the star, I get a little line. And if I click once, that tells the computer that I'd like to continue drawing that shape, and I can go on and continue drawing. If I'm drawing a shape and I move my mouse back over the starting anchor point, or the other open end, let's consider it that, you'll notice next to the pen tool a little circle gets displayed, and that tells me that if I click, it's going to close the shape, and that is now an object by itself. No longer has a start and an end. You'll notice I can't get the little line. I can just get plus and minuses, which we'll talk about later on. So by itself, the pen tool is connect the dots tool. I click once, it creates an anchor point. I click again, and it draws a line. If I wanted to stop there, I could simply click the pen tool again or hit the letter P, and it's going to do it. Or for that matter, switching to any other tool is also going to stop drawing. That's its basic form. It's a tool used to create vector objects or vector shapes within Illustrator. Now, beyond that, it can be used to create curves, which we'll explore in the next video. And then beyond that, we can even use it to modify existing shapes. So the pen tool is such a huge tool. It's used for so many different things that this is a good video to get the basis of it, how we can use it to draw lines and shapes in Illustrator. But make sure you check out the other videos where we're going to expand on the functionality of the pen tool.